Well, it is hard to believe that 5 years already has passed, but it was 5 years ago when Newzroom Afrika went live for the very first time, bringing a breath of fresh air to South Africa's news scene. The channel over the years set itself apart as a trusted, independent source of news, both locally and abroad. Well, joining us in studio is, of course, Newzroom Afrika's CEO, Thabile Ngwato, to talk to us about this amazing journey. We're interviewing our bosses this morning.
Basically.
Interviewing the boss. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Can you believe it's been 5 years?
I can believe that it's been 5 years because I have been in the trenches for the past 5 years, but it feels good to have achieved this.
Yeah.
It feels good to have achieved this. Well done. Well done. I was saying earlier on when we were doing the throw that I remember Thabile was a colleague once upon a time, you know, and now you're sitting on the other side. Well done with what you have achieved so far. But can you take us back to the moment that you decided that actually, do you know what? I think that we can actually do this. I think we can launch an entire channel and sustain it.
I mean, anyone who knows or understands the process, it was very public.
Yeah.
MultiChoice sent out a request for proposals for a brand new news channel in 2017, and it was open to anyone and everyone, from the biggest of people to people who were just in the industry and working in the industry, such as myself. I partnered with my business partner, Ngwato, and we put this together, and when we said, let's take a shot at it, we never know, we might be the ones who are selected, and lo and behold, on the 28th of August 2018, it was announced that we won the bid.
I remember that period, and I remember the buzz around the country because the news space was almost predictable, right? We knew exactly who our biggest role players were. And so when we heard about a new platform, there was a sense of, okay, who are they? What are they going to do? What was the vision then of what you input in the news scene, right? What was it that you thought, okay, this is what we can do that is going to set us apart from everyone?
I think we were very clear that we wanted to use as much new technology as possible to be able to have a broadcast that is world-class, and we've stuck to that. But also building a newsroom of the future. Everyone speaks about transformation until it actually happens, right? And then they have all sorts of questions, which is fair. It's good to question. We are a news platform and we're constantly questioning. But I think the purpose of, you know, speaking about transforming the media landscape and bringing in new players, young, black people, we've been a testament to that, and we've stood, you know, we've stood by that, and even our business is a reflection of exactly that. Look at the both of you.
Yes.
So we've been very clear and very deliberate about that. So for us, we are constantly, you know, stuck to our mandate of being the voice of the people, building a newsroom of the future, and doing something different that hasn't been seen before, and that's what we strive to do.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I think that the growing numbers can also attest to that.
Oh, yes.
The numbers are growing. They look beautiful, but there must have been some challenges. Tell us about those.
You know, like any other business, we faced a whole host of challenges over the years, from navigating a very competitive media landscape. You touched on that at the start of the interview. We've also faced COVID-19. Exactly a year into our business, COVID-19 happened, and we had to find ways, we had to dig deep and use our agility as a startup to be able to continue to be on air 24/7 while keeping the team safe, while making sure that we've got good quality content on air. So those have been the, you know, the two biggest challenges, I would say. But also audience preferences are changing every day.
Yeah.
You know, we're constantly trying to figure out what does the audience want. But with social media, as you know, they're constantly telling us what they want. And it's about us adapting to that and making sure that we once again live up to being the voice of the people. Something that isn't necessarily a challenge, but since I have the opportunity this morning and the platform, I'm going to debunk a myth about us. And I saw a question, I think recently even on social media, about the ownership of our business. It's constantly a question, and we understand nothing like this has been done before. So people will question, are they really the owners? So I want people to hear it from me.
Yes.
That the owners of Newzroom Afrika are myself, Thabile Ngwato, as well as Ngwato. We own the company equally, 50% each through our entities, because any smart business person knows how to structure their business properly. And that's essentially that. There is no secret boogeyman somewhere in the background calling the shots. I run the business as CEO on a day-to-day basis with a wonderful team of executives, of managers, and people on the ground making sure that our product is of the highest quality. So I just wanted to make sure that I debunk that myth while I'm here.
And it's interesting because that's what the questions have been. Well, we posted as well that we're going to be speaking to, and that's the tweet. Well, ask her about the ownership question. And I'm glad that you were able to address it. The channel and yourself face a lot of criticism every now and then, as do most players in the media industry. How do you deal with that and still manage to build a news platform that is able to have such a big influence, particularly when we go into election year like this and there's going to be many contestations around, media freedom, media parity and all of that? How do you keep it going and ensure that you keep the eye on the prize?
Now, if you remember correctly, when we launched in 2019, it was a week before the general elections.
Yes.
We're again a few weeks away from the general elections again. What we did from the onset, we were very clear that from a commercial perspective, and I run the commercial aspect of the business, we would always keep that independence between the commercial as well, the editorial. Contrary to popular belief, I am not involved in making editorial decisions.
Yeah.
Am I involved in the look and feel of the channel, the vision of the channel, the mission, what we stand for, who we have on air? 100% I have to be involved. I'm the one who signs off the budget.
Yeah.
However, I have a board I report to. In fact, Thokozani Nkosi is now the chairman of that board. He transitioned from being operational to being chairman of the board. And so I'm answerable to a board. However, we are very clear that we want to keep our editorial department or the editorial division of our business as independent as possible, so that at no point am I making phone calls to say, why is that story there? I, like any other viewer, actually see the content on air for the first time as it is.
Yeah.
Let's speak about the next 5 years, what we can expect. You were speaking earlier on about social media and the challenge that social media sometimes brings. So Newzroom Afrika, what can we expect for the next 5 years?
You know what, Aldrin? The work continues. Tomorrow, the 3rd of May, will be 5 years and 1 day that will have been on air. And so I'll be upstairs. This is why you guys hardly ever see me doing the work. Our mission is clear. We are building a newsroom of the future. And what I can say is that there's a lot of change that's going to happen. We saw earlier in the year, in January, we announced that this is our 5th year, so viewers can expect a lot of change. We've already changed our on-air lineup. We've got a brand new morning show. Naledi, Aldrin, and Andy.
Yes. Here we are.
And so, there's a lot of changes that are going to be taking place on air, but also off air. Because in order to build a newsroom of the future, you have to make some hard decisions. You have to make hard decisions, some necessary changes as well. But we're also optimistic because, like I said, I'm not the only one who's working in this business and keeping the lights on my own. There's a team of experts that we're working with daily, exploring new technologies. How can we elevate our product? You know our look and feel is definitely the best look and feel.
Love it.
That's probably a bias take on my end. But, we're constantly looking at ways of how to change our look and feel. You saw today on AM Report, we debuted our upgraded look and feel.
Yes.
And the rest of the year is about that. It's about leveling up. It's about upping the game and really putting a stamp on the fact that we are a key player in the sector. We're no longer the new kids on the block. I think 5 years we've earned our stripes. And we know the reality, in fact, of startups, that the first 5 years, a lot of businesses don't even make it to 5 years.
Can I tell you? Yeah, Aldrin and I will take pictures with the look and feel all the time. We're taking selfies and posting all over social media.
Yeah.
I cut in while you were speaking there, but as we wrap up, are you proud? I think that's the final question.
Somebody asked me earlier how I feel. Actually, I think it was Aldrin before we started this. I am proud. I think reaching this 5-year milestone is truly a moment of pride and gratitude for us at Newzroom Afrika. For all the people who have been with us from the onset. There are team members, in fact, this year, that will be getting their long service recognition for being with us from the onset. And so there's definitely a lot of pride, a lot of gratitude, but also optimism about what lies ahead. Someone said on social media earlier that, ooh, you guys have been through a lot for a channel that's 5. And you know what we have, because building something from scratch is not easy. It's just that, yes, we get scrutinized a lot more, sometimes unfairly so, but we roll with it because ultimately we are driven by what we are trying to build here every single day. And I think anytime I am, not feeling up to it, I always go back to why did we start in the beginning? Like, why did we start? What is the reason why we wake up every day and show up? And we'll continue to do so. So expect a lot of change, good change. The team is getting ready now to, basically provide the best election coverage that anyone can expect to see. So we're very excited about that as well. And I'll be watching from upstairs.
Yes, yes, yes. And by the way, congratulations also on the Young Global Leaders accolade. Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank
well
you.
done
Thank
again.
you very much for that.
Well, that is the Newzroom Afrika CEO there, Thabile Ngwato, speaking to us about the 5 years of this company and this newsroom. And of course, now we look forward to the next 5 years.
Yeah, we look forward to the next 5 years. And I can tell you this, and as the boss has said it as well, going into these elections, you're going to be seeing Newzroom Afrika on the ground, and we'll be working so hard to bring you every angle of the election.